What is shaping up to be a stormy evening today. I'm Jason Whiteley. Kyle Roberts joins me for a weather update. Kyle, a good portion of North Texas is facing severe weather, and watch was just issued
for areas west of DFW.
Gotcha.
It's in the graphic behind me. We'll show you this kind of more in a full screen in a second. But does not include the Metroplex right now.
Not yet.
No, but I imagine the Metroplex likely will be included in some sort of watch later on this evening and into tonight. This watch runs until 9 o'clock, so that kind of gives you an idea. If I was expecting storms to arrive in and around DFW, they would likely be included a watch until 9 p.m. So my thinking is that storms likely not to arrive in most of DFW until I think after 8 o'clock for sure, maybe not closer to 9 o'clock. That timing has been pushed back a little bit from what we were thinking, especially yesterday, and then even this morning as well. But there you go. Every county west of DFW right now underneath that severe thunderstorm watch until 9 o'clock. Not a whole lot happening in actual North Texas right now. Just some cloud cover, some breezy conditions, muggy weather out there, but we do have one severe thunderstorm south of Wichita Falls. That thing's going to keep kind of moving up south of Wichita Falls, maybe clipping northern portions of Montague County here in a little while, but most of that activity even kind of west of Wichita Falls and Archer City at the moment, so we really have to wait for that activity to kind of fill in before it'll move across the rest of North Texas. That will happen later this evening and into tonight. Let's take you hour by hour here. Here's 6 o'clock. Storms are still out to the west. By 7 o'clock, there's maybe, storm in northern Montague County. There are a couple storms in and around Graham. Now we're starting to see some storms show up in maybe portions of Wise County out into parts of Jack County as well. That's 8 o'clock. There's 9, maybe starting to knock on the doorstep of Denton County. Storms back to Mineral Wells to between Eastland and Granbury at that time. Then by 10, storms finally starting to move kind of into the majority of the DFW area. That'll continue to around 11 o'clock. There's a kind of a line or broken line of storms stretching from Sherman to McKinney to Fort Worth, arriving in the Dallas area, maybe between 11 and midnight from Bonham. That would include portions of Collin County down to Cleburne as well. So if I had to pick kind of a 3-hour window for storms to move through DFW, I would say between about 9 o'clock to midnight or so. By 1 a.m., most of that activity off to the east, and then it'll keep moving down to the east and southeast as we head through the late night hours. We will be dry by the time we start tomorrow morning. So DFW not included in a watch right now. I will imagine that we will be a little bit later on this evening and into tonight. My primary concern with any storms today are going to be that damaging wind threat, perhaps 60 to 70 miles an hour, hail, quarter to golf ball size. The 3 on a scale of 5 here, that severe weather risk, is primarily for that damaging wind threat. Now, I can't rule out an isolated tornado, as we've seen from time to time along that line of storms, but I'm much more concerned about those strong straight line winds as those storms move through, and then maybe some instances of hail as well. And like I said, I can't completely rule out a tornado threat here or there. We'll talk more about these storms headed your way. I'll have the latest coming up here in a bit and what's in store for the rest of the week.